You're watching the evening edition of News on 2. I'm Adrian Sept. The investigation into the death of a Cradle Fund Chief Executive Officer Nasser Ian Hassan has taken an intriguing twist with the arrests of his two teenage stepsons. Selangor CID Chief SEC Fazil Ahmad, who today confirmed the arrest of the two teenagers, said both boys, aged 14 and 16, were detained at Taman Tun Dr. Ismail at about 4 p.m. yesterday. Now, SEC Fazil said both teenagers today had been remanded for 7 days until the 15th of September at the Petaling Jaya Magistrates Court to facilitate investigations. Last Thursday, the media reported that the two teenagers were arrested to facilitate into the investigations into Nasrin's death after a forensic examination found two puncture wounds on the victim's neck, believed to have been inflicted with an arrow shot. According to the report, both teenagers were detained after an interrogation with their mother revealed that the boys possess archery skills. However, Selangor Police Chief Dato' Mazlan Mansor then denied the report of the arrest. Previously, on August 3rd, SEC Fazil was reported as saying that Nasrin's death case was reclassified as a murder after the investigation found traces of petrol at the scene. The government will provide sales and service tax or SST exemptions involving the rental of small stalls and sale of cigarettes to food and beverage shop operators. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said after receiving various feedback from food and beverage shop operators, the SST tax exemption should be given to rental of small stalls within the shop's compound. Now, Lim said food and beverage shop operators are only subject to SST tax after exceeding the threshold value of 1.5 million ringgit, which includes only food and beverages. Lim also announced that the sale of cigarettes at such shops that did not exceed the threshold value of 500,000 ringgit annually would also be given the SST exemption. He said the government had agreed that the threshold value of both items be set aside to 1.5 million ringgit annually for food and beverage and 500,000 ringgit for cigarettes. Lim also said the government is considering tax exemption to local operators of the research and development sector based outside the free industrial zone, which provided services to companies over there. He added that this is to encourage and assist the local R&D sector in facing the Industrial Revolution 4.0 era and enhance competitiveness amongst local industry players. Federation of Malay Students Union, or GPMS President Zamri Muhammad Isa, hopes for a national reconciliation between all non-governmental organizations and political parties which split during the recent 14th general election. Now, according to Zamri, this was important to ensure unity amongst the people and that the country's development is maintained.
Zamri said youth associations nationwide are ready to cooperate with the government and other relevant parties to establish a conflict-free country.
Pada saya, kalau kita berpecah belah, saya rasa itu adalah satu kerugian kerana kita nak nak membangunkan negara ini. Yang mana saya fikir mungkin YB Syed Saddiq ataupun Tuan Mahathir ini kita meminta supaya dapat menyatukan rakyat Malaysia. Pada saya, yang rakyat dah memberi mandat dan hari ini kita nak satu proses rekonsiliasi nasional oleh semua rakyat Malaysia. Kita nak move forward.
Zamri said this at a press conference held after attending the school assistance presentation ceremony to 200 poor families in Kuala Lumpur today. Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman last month said to date no meetings has been held between the youth associations and the ministers to discuss in detail the organizational structure of these associations within the country. Meanwhile, speaking on another matter, Zamri said the Malay community should accept the criticisms by Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad last night in a positive manner. He said this when commenting on what was said by the Premier, who stated that the community should overcome their weaknesses in order to move forward.
Saya mewakili NGO Melayu. Kita merasakan kita ambil positif terhadap teguran Tun Mahathir kepada orang Melayu. Dan orang Melayu tidak sepatutnya merasa marah ke atas teguran tersebut dan tidak perlu mengambil dengan perasaan negatif ataupun benci dan sebagainya.
Zamri said if the community is determined not to change, they will always be left behind in anything they pursue.
A total of 97 illegal immigrants, including 87 men and 9 women and an infant, were detained in an integrated operation to flush out illegal immigrants conducted by police in Shah Alam in Selangor. Now, Shah Alam Police Chief ACP Baharudin Mat Taib said those arrested were part of 500 immigrants screened in the operation. According to ACP Baharudin, the 97 illegals were detained for various offences, including overstaying and not having valid work permits or travel documents.
Sebenarnya pihak imigresen ada keluarkan ICAD kepada warga negara asing yang bekerja di sini. So dia orang kena bawa lah. So ada juga pihak kami telah menahan lebih kurang dalam 3-4 orang yang juga terlibat, yang bila buat saringan awal urin positif ada.
The operation, which involved 300 officers and personnel from PDRM, the National Registration Department, the Immigration Department, as well as the Shah Alam Municipal Council, was led by Shah Alam Deputy Police Chief Superintendent Ning Zaidi Zakaria. There has been no form of misconduct on the part of Yayasan Wilayah Persekutuan or YWP in the issue of the purchase of 64 plots of land owned by the Kuala Lumpur City Hall or DBKL and the controversy development project in Taman Rimba Kiara. Now, YWP Corporate Communications Research and Special Task Manager Datin Ida Harlina Ikwan Nasir, however, said that the matter had been surrendered to the Anti-Corruption Commission or MECC for further explanation.
Kami memohon tanah secara rasmi kepada pihak-pihak yang berkuasa dan mereka dengan in-kind telah memberi maklum balas pada kita yang kita boleh membeli tanah-tanah tersebut dan kita telah membayar premium secara penuh tanpa diskaun. Ya? Dan kita telah telah memohon untuk development order daripada DBKL dan DBKL telah memberi persetujuan dan kita bangunkan tanah tersebut ikut development order yang diberi.
Datin Ida Harlina said this when commenting on a request made by Segambut MP Hannah Yeo, who urged MECC to conduct an immediate investigation into the Taman Rimba Kiara land transfer. Authorities in Kelantan have identified 10 red routes used by smugglers along the Kelantan-Thai border during the monsoon season. Now, the routes, which fall under Ops Wawasan and Ops Merpati areas, were uncovered beginning June this year and will likely be favoured by smugglers between now and the end of the year.
The 8th Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Muhammad Huzaimi Sabri said various smuggled items worth nearly 200,000 ringgit were recently seized in a series of operations along border areas. He said ketom leaves, rice and diesel fuel topped the list of smuggled items confiscated in operations which began on August 2nd. However, no arrest was made in the operation which ended last week. Briefing reporters today, he said more than 300 soldiers involved in Ops Wawasan and Ops Merpati were instructed to conduct 24-hour operations.
Police have detained a local man and 2 foreign women for running an unlicensed karaoke business at a restaurant in Sungai Rengit in Kota Tinggi, Johor last night. Now, according to Kota Tinggi District Police Chief Superintendent Ashmon Bajah, the operators were charging customers from 50 ringgit up to 1,000 ringgit for the singing sessions.
Superintendent Ashmon said that the 52-year-old man and the 2 foreign women aged 24 and 28 were taken to the Kota Tinggi District Police Station for further investigations. The Kota Tinggi District Criminal Investigations Department and the Pengerang local authorities who conducted the raid also seized 2 microphones, 4 televisions and a bag containing compact discs from the premises. The case is now being investigated under Section 6, Subsection 3 of the Johor Entertainment Enactment, Section 39B of the Immigration Regulations 1953-1963 and Section 6, Subsection 1 of the Immigration Act 1953-1963.
The remains of the 4 in a family who were killed in the accident along kilometer 176 of Jalan Johor Baru Seremban near Segamat, Johor yesterday were laid to rest at 10:30 a.m. today.
The remains of Nizam Daud, 51, his wife Nur Faislin Jamaluddin, alias Samsudin, 37, their daughter Nur Nakia, 6, as well as their son Muhammad Nias, age 2, were laid to rest at a single grave at the Kampong Alai Muslim Cemetery in Segamat. In yesterday's accident, a trailer driver who was heading towards Labis from Segamat lost control of his vehicle, skidded and crashed into the car carrying the family of 5. Owing to the impact of the crash, 4 of the family members died at the scene. However, their eldest son, Muhammad Nakib Nizam, 9, survived when the impact of the crash flung him out of the vehicle. Segamat District Police Chief Superintendent Raub Selamat said the driver of the trailer also survived the crash and was taken to the Segamat hospital.
On to sports. A player from the Sabah contingent's women futsal team participating in the upcoming Malaysia Games or SUKMA 2018 was quarantined while her 11 teammates isolated after they were diagnosed with respiratory tract infection. However, Perak Youth Sports and Human Capital Development Committee Chairman Howard Lee Chuan Hao has given his assurance that all athletes involved in the Games need not worry about the spread of the infectious disease as the situation is under control.
Lee said he received the report from the Manjong Health District Office from the Armed Forces Hospital in Lumut Naval Base on Friday. He said the 16-year-old athlete experienced symptoms of fever on the 2nd of September and swelling on both sides of the neck the following day.
Siasatan lanjut mendapati juga seramai 11 orang lagi di kalangan atlet futsal Sabah dikesan mengalami gejala jangkitan saluran pernafasan yang ringan. Dan kejadian ini adalah terkawal dan Jabatan Kesihatan Negeri Perak akan terus memantau situasi kejadian ini.
Lee said the women futsal sporting event for the Sabah contingent, which was scheduled to start today, has been postponed to Tuesday while waiting for the results of all the affected athletes. SUKMA 2018 will take place from the 12th to the 22nd of September with 427 gold medals up for grabs involving 29 sports and 39 venues in 12 districts throughout Perak.
Now that concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, food and beverage shop operators to enjoy 2 SST exemptions. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Until then, I'm Adrian Seed. Thanks for watching.